Hello, wild beauties. Today it's April, and the snow is melting, and spring is coming. I was just on the west coast, and there were daffodils and cherry blossoms, and lots of green grass and lots of leaves. And so the topic this month is growing. And hi, Maggie.
Hello.
What did you want to talk about with growing?
Well, great question. I think a lot of things come to my mind. Initially, when you think about when you're younger, and one of the main questions people ask you is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's like we are bred to believe we'll get to this point in life and then we'll be happy and we'll be successful. It's like check the boxes, go to school, get the relationship, get the house. And I had this I've been on this trajectory of like, what am I doing? And I've had some interesting conversations with people recently about like what I could be doing, but not stepping into that. Um, so I think in terms of growing, instead of focusing on like growing into something, it's playing the long game and knowing that like this growth is done in a long stretch. There's actually a poem I really love, and one of the lines is, some growth is done in secret. So it's like, I think especially in our society right now, it's like show the badge of honor of what you've completed and post this on Instagram and do this and be this. And even on Easter, I was like, oh my gosh, just like looking at all these people with these lives, I'm like, ah. But I think even understanding that that's part of growing, of looking at life and understanding that it is this like perpetual growing. Um, I remember a long time ago too, we were talking about planting a garden, like a metaphorical garden, and planting seeds. And I think so much, especially so much emphasis is put on like intentions and manifestation and stuff like that. So we can get stuck on, or I shouldn't say I can look at, okay, I planted this seed and it's not growing, or I don't want this anymore. But that you can, I remember you said this a while ago, that you can go back in and actually like weed your garden.
Yeah.
So you can look at what you are growing, and if it's not growing, if it's not on the line, like if that's not where you want to be going, you can actually like take that out. So, and then I think the other important thing about growing is the comparison. I look at so many people. I'm in a shared office space, so I see all these people like hustling and they're so successful, and people are moving in with their boyfriends and getting married and having babies. And then I'm looking at, I'm like, what am I doing? Am I actually growing in any way that I want to be? So, but then I talk to those people and they have the same struggles as me. So it's kind of like we're growing together. Yeah. And actually on like another kind of change of direction, I was babysitting my nephew on Sunday night, and I was saying to my friend, I'm like, man, I want somebody to read me a bedtime story. So my friend has started recording me 10-minute bedtime stories. Yeah, it's so cute. But it's even then, if we like embracing the childlike aspect of growing and knowing that like we don't always have to be getting to somewhere, that it's like, let this blossom as it is. And I guess the last thing I'll say is like, I talk about this a lot, but growing is cyclical. So making time for the rest part, like honoring the cyclical rhythm and knowing that in order for a plant to grow, like there has to be the under the ground part of it, and it needs to be watered. If you plant a seed and you just walk away, then nothing will happen. So it's like planting these intentions, but actually bridging the practical and this like ethereal, like doing work for the seed to grow, or else it's like you can meditate all day, every day, nothing will happen because you're not actually doing anything. So it's both. It's bringing together that kind of, I don't like saying hustle, but the work and the trust that the growing will happen. So yeah, I think I just rambled a lot, but
It's just such it's a really complex, it's actually incredibly complex idea.
yeah,
And we get focused on the outward parts,
yes,
do this, okay, then this milestone, okay, there's the little seed, and then I water it, and then I fertilize it, and then there's sunlight, and oh my God, the wind, and then, but we're actually not nourishing maybe what's in the soil,
yeah,
We need to actually enclose it for a little bit. Like you say, the secret healing, a lot of the growth is happening in secret, right? So yeah, I think you categorized it beautifully. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you want to connect with Maggie, just reach out to me and we can hook you up. She's awesome. Love you.
Bye.